3 cards that suck and 3 cards that are great. Each. That's 12 cards.
12 total cards, boys. Are you gonna hum it every time?
For sure.
All right, sick. That's a thing. What we mean by that are, obviously, a lot of people know these cards are good, but I actually think that they are underrated, a lot of them.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
none of these are going to be like, oh, I didn't think that card was good when I read it. It's like, it is, but nobody talks about them.
Yeah.
Because they're not part of Edging for Eternity or Final Fantasy.
I forget. I never see anybody else really run these in their decks either.
Yeah.
Like it genuinely is just me, and the cards I'm going to talk about are in most of my decks, which drives everybody crazy.
It does.
But yeah, let's cut to, and also we'll talk about the first one. Do you have yours ready?
Yeah.
All right, the first one I'm going to talk about is Vanquisher's Banner. Like, all of you at home are saying, I know that's good. I play that. Well, nobody in my pod does, so it doesn't exist. As Vanquisher's Banner enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+1. Whenever you cast a creature spell of the chosen type, draw a card. I almost exclusively run tribal.
That's stupid. In your Miram deck?
Yeah.
Because you copy dragons.
Yep.
So, well, obviously copy's not a cast, but you're casting a dragon, which is copying a dragon, which is drawing you a card, and you almost always have Dracogenesis out somehow.
Yeah.
So you just roll into so many dragons. You had like insane board states off of Vanquisher Banner.
Absolutely. And they all get +1/+1, which is like a nice little bonus, and it's a 5 cost. And it's colorless, so it can go in any colors. And I have it in my Angel deck for the card draw aspect.
Pay for it with a Soul Ring and a Dark Ritual.
Yeah, that's it. Done. So good. So I love it. And it's just very easy to build around, especially because I have 2 mono white decks and they need card draw. And it's a very easy way to get card draw.
Yeah, they do. Mine is Caged Sun. I'm just going to cut a picture of it up there, but Caged Sun costs 6, which is a decent amount, but as it enters the battlefield, you choose a color. Creatures you control of the chosen color get +1/+1. And whenever a land's ability to add 1 or more mana of the chosen color to your mana pool, add 1 additional mana of that color to your mana pool. This is like a fantastic card late game. I know you throw it in your white deck. I throw it in a lot of my decks because it gives you so much like finishing power, especially because a lot of my decks run pretty low to the ground. Like I don't have like a ton of tutors. I don't have a lot of I don't run landfall trigger. I'm playing like white and black. So I need this. Okay.
It's actually, and like Honor mentioned a Gauntlet of Power with that, which is basically the only difference is it has to be basic lands, but it's still a very good card.
Yeah.
Especially like if it's a 2-color or a monocolor deck. It just like you kind of spend a turn casting it. You're gonna spend all 6 mana, but then your next couple turns are insanely huge because you have whatever.
If you're not playing Simic or Dinosaurs, you should probably I don't know. And then obviously that depends on the aggressiveness of your pod though, because like
it's true.
If you're in a pod where everybody's winning turn 4 or 5 pretty like consistently,
you
might not get there.
You're gonna get wrecked.
But if you're playing any slow combo games, especially with people that like are going to be nice to you, if you're a little bit behind, like that'll clinch a game.
Well, especially like our pod will target whoever's popping off first, and so if they're targeting John, they're not targeting me, and then
it's a great way to win in second place.
It is.
Yeah. All right. Lucas,
other one.
I call on you.
Next one, Sword of the Animus. I absolutely love this card.
Won you so many.
It's won me so many games because it's a 2 cost. I can get it out pretty quickly, and then equipped creature gets +1/+1. Always nice. Whenever equipped creature attacks, and that's like the key part, it just has to attack. It doesn't have to do combat damage. It doesn't have to do anything else. It attacks. You may search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. And its equip cost is 2 as well. So I can usually get it out like turn 3 or 4, have it already on a creature attacking and getting me cards the entire game. It genuinely is so nice in every kind of deck because monocolor, great. I can ramp really fast in white. And in something a little bit more complex, I can find that basic land that I really need. So if you're running like a Wooburg deck and you can't get your lands figured out, this is a good option.
Wooburg.
Wooburg.
I don't know if I believe in holistic medicine. It's a little woo-wooburg.
I've never heard that before in my life.
It's because nobody says that.
I was like, I don't know what that's about. I don't know this guy. He was like, you want to talk about magic? I was like, dude,
Yeah,
say
all
no
right.
more.
Yeah, whatever. Just context. We've known each other forever. Gets old. My next card is an uncommon called the Guardian of the Gateless. Yes, Guardian of the Gateless.
Wait, let me see.
Well, I won't be able to read it now.
Flying, Guardian of the Gateless can block any number of creatures. That's so good. Whenever Guardian of the Gateless blocks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature it's blocking. That's so good.
Get wrecked, Scoot Swarm.
Yeah. It could just
It's very good.
get huge.
It doesn't come out super often,
No.
but as much as it's a 3/3, but with its ability, even if you're only blocking one creature,
Now it's a 4/4.
it's still a 4/4. So at minimum, you're paying 5 for a 4/4 flyer, which in white is like a really good rate. But no, it's great for Scoot Swarm. It's great for 1/1 soldiers. It's great for like a lot of decks that are trying to go super, super wide. And now they're going to cast an Anthem, and that's not going to last forever.
Yeah.
But it like at the very least, it's going to buy you 2 turns.
Yeah.
I love it. It's great. It has won me a couple games. Every time I've played it, I've had a better game.
Yeah. I actually remember you playing that against one of Kyle's things. Amazing.
Of course, I never draw it though.
No, obviously, Sword of the Animus gets drawn. The other ones are not going to get drawn. My last one, and then I do have an honorable mention, but my last one is Chimil the Inner Sun. It's a 6-cost, colorless artifact. Spells you control can't be countered. Already pretty nice. But at the beginning of your end step, discover 5. So you'll exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card with mana value 5 or less. Cast it without paying its mana cost, or put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom in a random order.
How many of those did you buy last night?
I may have bought 2 of those last night. Because John is putting a bunch of counter spells in his decks.
Excuse me for wanting to win.
Obviously, I can't let that fly. It's just so good because even the first turn you get it out, it almost pays for itself because you're discovering 5. And so maybe you'll discover a 1 or 2, but those are mana rocks. It's going to help you anyways. So I'm a huge fan of it. And the other thing that I noticed today is you cast it without paying its mana cost. So if you get a casting trigger like you do with Prowess, it counts it, which is super nice.
Very cool. Very cool.
Oh, and then the honorable mention is Mind's Eye. We like to call it Kirkland Special Ristic Studies because it's 5-cost artifact. Whenever an opponent draws a card, you may pay 1. If you do, draw a card. And so you can I know late game.
It's great value.
It's great value. Yeah, you're right. It's not
Kirkland signature.
Yeah,
but it's still good.
The reason I like it so much is late game. I always seem to in a couple of my decks run out of cards more than I do mana. So maybe there's a turn where I have 5 extra mana. Well, guess what? I can draw at least 3 cards. I can probably draw all 5 if I have 5 extra mana because Kyle typically draws at least a couple extra cards. John draws a couple extra cards on his turn.
Well, it's one of those cards where it gives you something to do when you're late game and you're out of cards in your hand and you're top decking and you play another freaking land.
Yeah, which I feel like
happens a lot.
Yeah,
yeah, it happens to everybody.
It happens to everybody. Yeah.
All right, mine. You may not call this underrated at all, but I don't know. I don't hear anybody talking about it. I discovered it on my own.
All on my lonesome.
All by myself.
With a little help from EDA Track.
Just happens to be a Phyrexian Praetor Jin-Gitaxias, but it's not it's not Core Augur, which is a game changer, or was at some point. I think I saw it on
I
there.
don't know.
Don't fact check that. I think it's a game changer though. You can cheat it out.
Put it in the chat.
Like, comment, and subscribe if you think Jin-Gitaxias Core Augur shouldn't be a game changer for some reason.
Dude, we're not cut out for this.
Like and subscribe.
We're gonna get canceled.
Please.
Not from anything
I'm
bad
trying
we
to
said, but
convince
just
my wife that this is gonna make us money.
I'm trying to get free magic cards. Come on,
yeah, I didn't tell her that that's what it's for.
Obviously.
Okay, about Jenga Texas. First off, 3 and 2 blue for a 5/5 with Ward 2. Already pretty decent. Ward 2 is just enough, especially in Commander, because everybody's trying to play their own game. Most people don't play that much interaction with other people. Everybody's trying to build their like mid-game value engine, and that means you got to tap out a bunch of land. You don't have the 2 extra to remove Jenga Texas. You know, it's a 5-cost murder instead of a 3-cost, like anybody plays murder anymore other than me. But here's the kicker. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell with mana value 3 or greater, draw a card, and 3 and a blue, exile Jenga Texas, return it to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control. Activate only as a sorcery and only if you have 7 or more cards in hand. So the way I play this deck, he's my commander. The way I play this deck is I have a lot of counter spells and a lot of interaction, like Aetherize, things that are going to protect me that cost 3 mana or more. Because I'm slowly saving up enough mana to play Jenga Texas and transform him. And as people are doing things, I can counterspell or I can bounce stuff to people's hands just enough to like have enough life to live. I need enough to get to like turn 4 or 5. And if I can get to turn 4 or 5 and transform him, the game is over. The reason I say is so underrated is because it's freaking done. Like, so step 1, draw cards equal to the number of cards in your hand. You have no maximum hand size for as long as you control the Great Synthesis. That's the saga he transforms into. Already amazing because you can only transform him if you've got at least 7 in your hand. So now you've got 14, sometimes it's 16 because you have 8. And then again, that's just arming me with more ways to keep myself safe for 1 more turn. It comes back around, return all non-Phyrexian creatures to their owner's hands. So obviously the only creatures I have in here are Phyrexians, and so I'm bouncing everybody's board back to their hands, which in some, like, I don't know, it's not worse than destroying them, but it kind of is.
It almost is, because now they're like...
It's sadder.
Yeah.
And then step 3, so it comes back around to me. By now, people have played a couple of their creatures back out. Usually they're big, really cool ones, but it doesn't even freaking matter. You may cast any number of spells. I have 14 cards in my hand. You may cast any number of spells from your hand without paying their mana costs. Exile it, then return it to the battlefield. So all you do is flip it over and make sure that when you're playing all your free spells at the beginning of your turn, you don't play more than 7. And then it transforms, you pay 4, you flip it immediately, draw back up to 14, but now you have a board state.
Yeah.
And on your next round, you're bouncing all that stuff people just paid for back to their hands again. And you can just repeat that forever. So it's freaking great because, like, literally if it transforms, you probably win.
Yeah.
Because nobody's going to get enough momentum in, like, a turn to take you down when you've been casting a bunch of free spells.
I've seen it transform once, and it was unreal.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's nuts. If you don't have, like, very specific removal,
yeah,
that blows. And even if you do, I have 10 counterspells in my hand.
Yeah.
It's so
I do remember that. Like, it transformed, and I was like, okay, I'll just remove it. And then you had a counterspell.
What did you paid like destroy target creature plus the ward, and then I countered it.
And then you countered it.
All right.
Great. Like, and then I had another one. I was like, well, he doesn't have 2 counterspells. No, he did.
I did. Yeah. And then he's like, is it even worth keeping going? And I was like, I have 4 more.
I was like, freak, dude. I might scoop. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Now we're going to go to 3 cards that we thought would be good that aren't.
Yeah.
Or at least that, like, we don't play anymore.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So, you can go and I'll pull out Odin.
I'll just go right to this one. Maha, Its Feathers Knight. I'm so sad.
No, tell him. Tell him.
I built such a good deck out of Maha, and I don't even not play it because it's bad. I don't play it because it's so good, and it really locks the board down. Flying tramples 6/5 for 5. Ward is discard a card. So naturally, I'm playing lots of cards that make you discard cards. Mm-hmm. Creatures your opponents control have base toughness 1. So you run Pestilence, which you play. It's an enchantment that stays out. You pay 1 black mana, it deals 1 damage to everything. But it's creatures your opponents control have base toughness 1. So all my stuff lives, all their stuff dies. Even if you give them +1/+1 counters, because they'll get it like up to 3. It's like, okay I'll just pay Pestilence 3 times.
Yeah. Pestilence is actually an underrated card.
It's so unreal. And I have a ton of cards that do that in the deck.
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, the board is wiped. That game went like 3 hours.
It took forever for us to kill him.
And honestly, you never did.
Oh, I know.
We had to cheat just because we were going crazy. And is the video just slowly tilting away from us? We eventually had to cheat to get an infinite combo out to kill us.
Yeah. But it was like justified. We all
Yeah. No, not a single one of us was like, hey, you shouldn't do that.
my card I thought was going to be unreal, and I was so excited for it as a commander, was Odger Talk, Deepest Foundation. I was building a token deck, mono white, and Odger Talk, he triples your creature tokens. If one or more creature tokens would be created under your control, 3 times that many of those tokens are created instead. And then when he dies, he transforms basically into a land, and you can pay 3 and transform him back if 3 or more creatures attack. So I was like, oh, this is gonna be such a good commander. It's gonna be hard to remove, like permanently. I'll be able to get him back. And he triples tokens. But for some reason, the 6 was so impossible to get out. I never won with him as the commander. It was very, very frustrating.
And it was sloggy too.
It was so sloggy. It was like unbelievable. And then I switched over to Mondrak and Glory Dominus, and this deck is unreal.
Now he only doubled the tokens.
He only doubles the tokens, so you think, oh, that's worse. It is so much better because he's only 4 costs. So I get him out. I can actually play Magic. It's crazy. You can get him out 2 turns earlier, right? And that's huge. So plus his like, I'll read the whole card. If 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many of those tokens are created instead. And then 1 and either 2 white or 2 Phyrexians symbols. How the frick do you say that? 2 Phyrexians?
Phyrexians symbols, you had it right.
What?
Sorry.
I'm a linguist? I knew it.
I think in Phyrexian that would be pronounced like...
No, I know. I'm not asking you how you pronounce the Phyrexian symbol. I'm saying, how would you say the 2 Phyrexian like dots?
Phyrexian mana.
Phyrexian mana. I'm kind of an expert. I've been playing since October.
Coming up on your anniversary.
Sacrifice 2 other artifacts and or creatures. Put an indestructible counter on Mondrak Glory Dominus. The counter is so much better than I thought, because I thought it was, okay, you pay 3 or pay 1 and 4 life, and it's indestructible for a turn. No, it's a counter. So you can do that whenever you have to sacrifice stuff with Mobilize, or whenever you have a bunch of like cheap creatures. Great, I'll just make them indestructible 3 times. It's so nice. Big fan.
Yep. My second disappointing card is Jingataxis.
Got him.
Dorks. No, it's Jingataxis the second time you play with somebody.
Yeah.
That's it. The first time you play with Jingataxis, everybody's like, oh, let's be nice to like the blue player that he might counter your spells, don't touch him. You know, we'll get him later, and like, oh, he doesn't have a board state, he's not a threat, he's whatever, you know. Like, there's all these justifications that you and I can make so that I survive to where I can transform Jingataxis and it's all freaking over. But if you've already seen what it does, I'll sit down to play Jingataxis, and my pod's like, all right, so we're all gonna kill John and let him play Arena for 30 minutes while we all finish this game.
Yeah, literally.
So yeah, I love my Jingataxis deck, and I never get to play it. So it's been very disappointing.
That's
similarly to how Maha plays. It's just like, it's so good that I don't have fun.
Yeah. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense.
Science.
Science for the science. Mine is going to be Lyra. Let me find her.
You're a liar.
You're a Lyra. And the reason being is I tried her as my commander before I put Giada in there. And it's a similar thing to like...
Because I made fun of him for making a Giada deck.
Okay, he was like, I was going to make a Giada deck. And I was like, oh, shoot, dude, my bad. I'll just put in Lyra. Nope. That sucked. Where the freak is Lyra here?
It's all good. I'll just pull it up in post.
Sick. For real? You're not going to pull it up? You lied to me?
I probably will.
You lied to me?
I'll do it.
Are you even lucky?
I'll freaking do it. You're not going to spend hours on this for me?
Dude, what the heck? I thought we were friends.
Uh,
I must have skipped over it. Anyways, it's amazing because it gives your other angels +1/+1, and it gives them lifelink. I'm like, that obviously is so good, and has first strike itself. I think it does. But she's too expensive for an angel deck, and it just takes so long to get out that it's not worth it. Giada gets out so quickly, and you can use her to summon more angels, that it's not even close. But that means everybody runs a Giada deck. Like, if you're playing angels, most likely it's a Giada deck.
well,
I would take a bet on that every time.
Well, Lyra, the issue with Lyra is that she really is a late game anthem. And the deck doesn't play all that well on its own because it's mono white and commander.
Yeah.
And without spending a bajillion dollars, it's just not going to be that good. And like, the reason Giada is so good is because instead of being a top-down commander, she's very much like a bottom-up commander, which sounds weird, but
Dude, she's a power bottom.
she's an up-the-bottom commander. Wrong. We're married. She well, because she taps for mana when you're casting.
Yeah, you can.
So it's like
she taps for mana to
very
cast
fast.
angel.
She's her own ramp.
Yeah,
She's not bad on her own. And then when they're coming in, she's buffing them. It's really good.
she's buffing them. So like by late game, the angels are getting +8/+8 because there's so many other angels on the board. It's just like, oh, okay, that's game.
Yeah, and the point is that Lyra sucks.
Lyra's good.
Lyra sucks as a commander.
As a commander, Lyra does suck. Like more than you would think. She's only 5. You're like, that's not that bad. Flying first strike, that's so good. Still doesn't matter. Like for some reason.
Turns out, you suck.
Turns out. Yeah.
All right. My next, I was gonna make a joke about it being Krenko. It's not. Krenko's amazing. Krenko's so
Dude, he's in
good.
love with Krenko. It's crazy.
Yeah, me and Krenko make out.
Dude.
That's not true. Obviously, it's a card. We're married.
You wouldn't just make that up, guys.
By the way,
look, I know
we're
him.
not married.
Yeah,
We're married. Like, we have women.
wait, you can't say that like we own that. Dude, your wife's gonna beat you. Oh shoot, you're dead.
Speaking of women, Teysa, Envoy of Ghosts. So when I got into Magic, I was given a big old stack of cards from a guy that was going to college, and he was like, oh, I'm never going to need Magic cards anymore. And the poor sucker gave me like $1,000 of Magic cards.
That's crazy.
And like none of the individual ones were all that good, but most of them were from Gatecrash and Guild of Ravnica. And so Teysa, Envoy of Ghosts, I'm probably going to put my foot in my mouth, and she's not from either of those sets. But the point is, I played Orsov Standard for a really long time. I played a lot of like Extort and Lifelink.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I remember those days.
That was really fun for me, and that's how I got into Magic. And then I didn't start playing Commander until like a couple years after that. And my favorite card was Teysa when I went to Commander, because I was like, oh, I can finally, like, Commander's a slower format, I can afford to play Teysa. Nope, she still is 5, a white and a black for a 4/4 with vigilance and protection from creatures. So the protection from creatures thing is good for commander damage, but it's already so late in the game, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You're not getting a commander damage win off of Teysa. And then whenever a creature deals combat damage to you, destroy that creature, put a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying onto the battlefield. So I know that these sets had a lot of synergies with those spirit tokens. I didn't have them. I just cared about when a creature deals combat damage to you, destroy that creature. Because in my head, I was like, holy smokes, people are going to swing out at me, and I'm going to blow them all up, and I'm going to make 20 spirits. And that never happened. It's literally never happened. This is the first commander deck I ever made, and it was a good deck, not because of my commander. And, good deck is probably pretty relative. So Teysa is now in the 99 of my black-white deck, and she still sucks. Still just really, really sucks. It's never happened ever. But I play it because I love
it's because everybody just
so
avoids
much.
swinging at you. They're just
Yeah.
like, I'm chilling
Yeah,
until
so now
you kill
obviously
him.
my commander is Lisa Shroud of Dusk.
Yeah, it's pretty lame.
She's really good.
She's really good.
The deck is great, but I don't have the same like nostalgic love for that commander as I do for Teysa, and Lucas won't trade me his Lotho, so
I need it. It's in my Frodo
And I don't
and
wanna
Sam
buy
deck,
one.
and I need to make my, like, what is it? Friends and Fellowship, Food and Fellowship.
Friends and food.
Friends and Food is basically what it is, where it's Sam and
Food
Frodo.
and food.
Precon. Love it. Can't get it to win, but I will survive the entire
This
game.
guy can eat.
Because you make so much freaking life. Okay, overrated card, and it's actually in my deck still because I just love it so much, but it doesn't do that well. Ring Wraiths. Whenever Ring Wraith enters the battlefield, target creature and opponent control gets -3/-3 until end of turn, which is great. If that creature is legendary, its controller loses 3 life. When the ring tempts you, return Ring Wraiths from your graveyard to your hand, and it's a 6 cost. So, I have this in my Sauron deck. It was the first deck I ever built. It's from Lord of the Rings, which got me into Magic. But it's a 6 cost for like a 5/5 that, yeah, gives -3/-3. But unless it's Krenko, I don't really care that much about a 3/3 that it could kill. Like, I just don't. It wouldn't kill anything else that's scary. And so I would much rather spend that 6 mana on anything else. And because of because of Sauron, his ability, whenever the ring tempts you, you can discard your hand and draw 4 cards. I usually will draw like 8 to 12 cards every turn. And so I don't want to waste 6 mana on Ring Race when I can get out another Nazgul, or I can get out something else that like is going to help my board state a lot more than a 5/5 that doesn't do any like ring tempting you or anything else, or buffs the rest of the board. So it is disappointing, but it's probably going to stay just for the nostalgia, love of the game.
You're in love with this game?
Dude, if you knew how much money I spent on this, yeah.
Does that make you game?
That was so bad. Please cut that. It was pretty good.
Thanks, buddy.
Well, that's it.
Like, filter, nope. Okay.
We should, next time we'll talk about other field commanders.
Some other stuff.
Other stuff. You'll just watch us crack packs and not say anything. And that will be a treat for you, because you won't hear our voices.
And we're phasing back in. Thank you to Fairies Protection for protecting us from ourselves.
I actually like that. That was pretty good.
So
Thank you to
freaking
Fairies
smart.
Protection for protecting us from getting canceled or
Praise
fired.
to Fairy. Just kidding. I feel bad for that guy. Oh, shoot.
Hatan Squad?
Hold on. I forgot to say. This episode is brought to you by Boogle Flump.
You're not ready for it.
It's the only way to noogle your Dougal. And if you use our code, Are We Still Friends MTG below,
I think that fills in the whole space. Like that's too many characters.
then you can get 10% off your next order of Skizzle Whips as long as you buy 10 Tindy Whibs.
Dude, we all know you.
Boogle Flump,
We know you
longtime
guys
sponsor of the show.
Like nobody's.
If you're not using Boogle Flump, you're a big dumb idiot. Anyway, bye.